Hello everyone, I'm Hannah and welcome back to my table where I'll be showing you everything we ate for dinner last week. This is week 3 of meal planning for us. Here's the plan for this week. Again, you will see there have been some changes and swaps compared to last week, and we did have a day where we deviated from the meal plan, which you'll see in a minute. All in all, we ate everything that needed to be used up from the fridge, so it wasn't too bad. On Monday, we had chicken stir-fry with peppers, onions and egg noodles. This is a nice easy meal that only involves a bit of chopping and then you just fry off the veg and chicken while the noodles cook. We use Blue Dragon chow mein style stir-fry sauce, which we really enjoy. On Tuesday I made pork chops. This is one of hubby's favourites, but something we don't have very often as I don't eat a lot of meat myself, but I wanted to treat him this week. We make what we call Pauline's pork chops, which is a recipe given to me by a lady that I work with. You brown the chops in a frying pan first, then pop them on a baking tray and cover with dried stuffing mix. It sounds a bit weird, but the juices from the meat make the stuffing into a nice crust. I just made some mashed potato and boiled veg to go with it. I also made up the rest of the stuffing mix into stuffing balls. I had some leftover cooked chicken from last night with mine, and once again I managed to completely mess up the gravy. Wednesday was a bit of a write-off as we ended up ordering a Chinese. I'd stubbed my toe earlier in the day and by dinner time I couldn't put any weight on my foot at all, so when hubby suggested a takeaway I really wasn't in a position to say no. Hubby usually gets a chicken curry with egg fried rice and I get chow mein with chips. I felt quite guilty about going off the meal plan tonight, but if I hadn't been in so much pain I don't think we would have done. On Thursday I tried something a bit different and made burrito bowls. I used some shredded chicken from the freezer and some peppers and onions, then did an Uncle Ben's microwavable rice pouch in the Mexican flavour. I served this with sour cream, tortilla chips and homemade salsa. It would have been good with some cheese too, but I completely forgot about it until we'd finished eating. This was quite good, although the salsa was a bit spicy, but it was nice to try something new. On Friday I made Cheats homemade pizzas. I take some pita bread and lay them out on a baking tray, then cover each one with about a heaped teaspoon of tomato puree, then cover with sliced mozzarella cheese. I sprinkle on some Italian seasoning and then cook in the oven for about 7 minutes or until the cheese is melted and starting to brown. I served these with some oven chips and I had some salad with mine. As you'll see, the table's pretty messy. I was very busy, which I'll get into in a minute. Saturday was another day where I wasn't really wanting to cook when dinner time rolled around. I'd spent all day making and decorating a cake for my sister's birthday, which you'll see in a minute, and I was so done with being in the kitchen. In the end I made some jacket potatoes with cheese, beans and Quorn sausages, which was basic, but it hit the spot after a long day, and if it didn't require me standing over the stove, I was happy. On Sunday we actually went out for lunch. Now that pubs are open again in England, we went out for my sister's birthday. I completely forgot to get any footage of what we ate though. The menu was pretty pared down and it was all things like burger and chips, pie and chips, fish and chips, basically anything as long as you had chips with it, so it wasn't anything too exciting, although it was very tasty and it was nice to have a bit of normality again. We also had the birthday cake I'd made. The theme of the cake was Animal Crossing and it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to, but I was pretty happy with it. It was a lot of work as I made everything myself, but my sister was pleased with it, so that was the main thing. So that was dinner this week. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you back around the table for dinner next week.